This month, I wanted us to learn how to speak up for ourselves. This can be the hardest thing to do for a lot of us. And around this time, 18 years ago, I hesitated to speak up for myself. And then when I did, the true colors started to shine bright on a friend that wasn't a friend. In order to understand this, I wanted to take you to my choir. Senior year, I was elected choir officer, and I loved being a choir officer. I was with two other people, a guy and a girl, and the three of us were compadres. We just got each other. We had so much fun. We would take attendance. We would make others laugh. And my favorite thing was planning the choir retreat with them. The theme was all hands on deck. It was one of my favorite songs from Waking Ashland, which is a band that most people don't know about, but I was obsessed. And so in our senior year, we thought, why not do something fun? We love pirates. At the very beginning of the year, we all love pirates. And we thought the idea of all hands on deck, bringing people together, was such a wonderful theme. So we had a great time putting this together. We had skits with our different choirs, and we also got to read these love notes. And during that time, I felt we were all so connected, singing in harmony, being together. I never thought in my life that one of the choir officers would completely go mad and make me feel like I was walking the plank. So I went on a trip with my friend who is the choir officer, and her and I really had bonded. Like, I thought we had a deep friendship and we would hang out all the time together. And so my mom invited her to come with us to Chicago. And an odd thing kept happening. For those of you that don't know, I'm Jewish. And an odd thing happened while we were driving back home. Something started to change. Like, I noticed my friend kept talking about Germany, how much she loved Germany and German food and German. And hey, that's fine to me. I don't really care. But I should mention that for someone like my mom who knew people or had friends, family that were in the Holocaust, it was hard to constantly hear about German this, German that. So she asked, "Hey, do you mind? Let's not talk about Germany." And then she goes, "Why?" And immediately my mom says, "Well, I have 6 million reasons not to like Germany." And she said it with like a lighthearted tone, but this girl really did not like it. And she just started going in at my mom. "That's a stupid reason. That was so long ago." And just on and on and on. And if that was all my mom said, if that was all, if she would have just said, I like this, I like that. That really confused me to defend and defend so much when my mom was just like, let's not talk about it anymore. It really confused me. And I thought, oh, well, this is over and done with. But then something strange happened. Again, we were chatting on the phone and, she brought up that whole conversation with my mom. I was like, yeah, I kind of get where she's coming from. And I don't know. It made me feel a little weird too, if I'm to be honest. Spoke up, but I was a little hesitant, right? And she goes, Sarah, I'm sorry. I'm a Christian and not a fucking Jew. That completely threw me for a loop. A fucking Jew? Did she just call me that? That's all that kept playing back in my head. I understand she was upset, but how could you put fucking Jew in front of that? At that point, I got off the phone. And then the next day happened, and it just got weirder and weirder for me. I was having my graduation party, and all of a sudden, some people weren't attending, like good friends of mine, much, much closer than this relationship had just been a really good year, a solid year of being friends. But all the other relationships I had built up throughout high school were not showing up. And I was having a karaoke graduation party, so I knew it was going to be fun. But it was very weird that some people didn't show up. And so that's when I started to speak up for myself. I voiced to my friends that weren't there that what this girl said to me was inappropriate and inexcusable. And I don't know what she told you, but my feelings are deeply hurt. And unfortunately, this affected me up until the first day of college. I felt like I lost so many good friends of mine, and I had to start all over again at a new school, but also with no one to talk to about my experience. So I began to seek out other people and find community. Theater kids were awesome. And I was able to connect with a lot of people that felt that they weren't seen. And I looked into the Jewish community in Chicago and was able to find my place and footing there. Even though that experience was unfortunate, it made me realize how there are so many people out there that don't understand the words they use can inflict so much pain, and that we should speak up for injustice and be there for the voiceless. So remember to speak well to yourself on the self-love journey, but also to speak well unto others because that will impact their journey as well.